I heard a great take on running backs on ESPN radio, and you would think it was from a host, but it wasn't. It was from Doug in Dallas, a caller. Follow me down this path. It's a great take. I wish I had thought of it. I should have claimed it for myself, but Doug in Dallas did call in this morning, and I happened to be listening, where he said running backs, what they should do, okay, is do what they're paid to do, which is when the ball is given to them, they run the football. But when the ball is not given to them and they're in the game, don't block.
No pass pro?
They don't ask guards and tackles to run the ball 25 to 30 times a game, okay? You're asking these guys, hey, run the ball 30 times a game and then block someone who's 5 times your size an additional 30 times per game.
So stop doing their job.
Yes.
To get paid more.
Well, no, their job is to be a running back, not to be an offensive lineman. It's a great point by Dougie in Dallas. How about that?
What do we do with tight ends here?
Look, I'm not going to do it again because I bothered somebody by being Captain Obvious when it came to running back. But the running back discussion on this show is some of the whitest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. No, we're just not going to block. Hey, coach, no, I'm just going to switch positions today.
Doug in Dallas,
all right, take care.
If you don't like it, play another position. Go be 6'4".
It's the whitest shit I've ever heard on this show.
It could be dumb.
No, it's dumb and white. it's all those things.
I think it can be both.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being misrepresented. I'm not saying I don't feel bad for running backs. I feel bad for the grocery store worker that doesn't get to have their job anymore because of the checkouts are automated. Like, I feel bad, but that's just part of life. Things change.
You're not helping.
Value part of life is such, like, why is it part of life?
It's part of life because sometimes you do something a certain way and you realize this isn't smart what we're doing. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna evaluate.
But this isn't smart. Is paying them. It's just like it's not smart how we're doing this. We're gonna keep taking advantage.
But
of
it's
them.
not paying them as much as they probably should be paid. That's the point.
I think it goes without saying when you look at their productivity, especially when you get to the top of the line. I'm not necessarily sure what the solution is, but there are people
don't block.
There are people out there taking the take that. Okay, well, that's just what it is. We shouldn't explore solutions to this.
But you guys are just doing the pay the teachers thing. Like, pay the running back. Like,
That's fair.
I had a more nuanced conversation about this last week with Golick where, like, I don't think that there is an easy solution to it because of the way that the salary cap is structured and the negotiating power of the players with the owners. It is a zero-sum game in the NFL.
I think
it just is.
It's
and
totally fair.
I don't just because there isn't a easy solution doesn't mean it's not a shitty situation if you're one of these players. And it also isn't, to me, an excuse to just be like, go play wide receiver then or whatever. Like, I understand why it is this way.
Yeah, go tell Darren Sproles to play strong safety.
I understand
why. About from a young age.
Time out. What Chris is saying is
I'm not talking about tomorrow go switch position.
It's even dumber.
You have to adapt. No, Mike. He's not wrong here. He's saying you have to adapt. You have to roll with the times, okay? It's kind of like the journalism discussion Dan and I were having with Stephen A. Smith and all that, where Stephen A. and Dan realized, hey, my news, my writing, my words landing on someone's front porch is no longer valuable. So what can I do to be more valuable? So they did First Take, and Dan decided to do a radio show.
Right. Even though
do more.
I'll skip out on the obvious joke to make it Dan's expense here, but there are no measurables to become a talent in the sports media game. There's a thing as measurables in pro football. You can't just decide, I'm a tight end now.
Give me the measurables for a good running back, because that person can play safety and cornerback from an early position.
Here's what I'm telling you. If Saquon Barkley could be an all-world pass rusher, Saquon Barkley would be an all-world pass rusher. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm confused, though. Like, are all position skill sets interchangeable at a young age, or do you think some people have, like, inherent gifts at certain things that other people don't have?
It's just built on a fallacy, Chris. Like, you're just saying, oh, just go be Bob Sanders now. If they could be, they would be.
I'm talking about I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about parents not wanting their kid to play running back. I'm just saying, down the line, we're going to see there eventually, like, there's going to be a time where we're like, man, there's just not a lot of good running backs if we keep treating them this way.
I don't think so. Hell, we're at, it's not like quarterback. There's just always going to be them. We can't find 32 people to play the position well at quarterback.
Mike, if all 32 running backs just decided to strike,
I can't do this again.
If all 64, 2 on each team, decided to strike, you think 64 guys could just stroll in and do it?
I can't.
You think 64 people could stroll in and do their jobs?
I can't do this. Like,
what was the value of running back 16 years ago? Because that's basically what you're saying. Because 16 years from now, you think they're going to be the same value that they are today. Because if 16 years ago, you'd be like, I want my kid to be a running back. Like, they could be the star of that team. And now they're running backs, and now they're not.
I don't think that discussion really happens, guys. We're just approaching this from two different places.